The sun rose over a world unchanged for millions of years. Its rays flooded the dense fern prairies and forests of giant sequoias, glinting off the scales of mighty creatures. The humid morning air was thick with the scent of blooming magnolias and damp earth. On the bank of a great river grazed a herd of Triceratops. Treya, an experienced female with 3 powerful horns and a scarred bony frill, gently nudged her calf toward the lush leaves. She was teaching it to distinguish edible plants from poisonous ones. The world was filled with familiar sounds: the buzzing of giant insects, the distant roar of a tyrannosaurus marking its territory, and the splash of fish in the water. Life moved in its majestic, unhurried flow. High in the sky, like paper kites, Quetzalcoatlus soared, their wingspans darkening the sun. Everything was just as it had always been. The first to sense that something was wrong was an old ankylosaurus dozing at the forest's edge. His sensitive feet caught a faint, unfamiliar vibration in the ground. He lifted his armored head, but saw nothing except the daytime sky. Yet something in the sky had changed. One of the stars, which should not have been visible in daylight, began to ignite. It grew brighter and brighter, turning into a dazzling white point. The dinosaurs started glancing around nervously. Instincts, honed by millions of years of evolution, screamed of danger but could not explain its nature. There was no predator's scent, no sound of threat. There was only that blinding point in the sky and the strange silence that suddenly fell over the world. Even the insects had gone quiet. And then the sky split apart. A blinding flash, brighter than 1,000 suns, lit up the continent. On the horizon, in the area of what is now the Gulf of Mexico, a fiery sphere 10 kilometers wide slammed into the earth. The first to die were those nearby. In a single second, a thermal wave, heated to thousands of degrees, vaporized everything within hundreds of kilometers: ocean, land, forests, and all their inhabitants. For Treya's herd, thousands of kilometers away, the first blow was not the sound or the explosion, but the blinding light and unbearable heat. The air instantly grew scorching. Leaves on the trees ignited, skin began to blister. The ground reared up under the mightiest earthquake in the planet's history. The shock was so great that rocks cracked and mountains swayed. Treya instinctively shielded her calf with her massive body, but the world around them was already turning into hell. The sound came later. It was not just an explosion. It was the roar of the planet itself, a sound that shattered eardrums and broke bones. Behind it came the shockwave, a wall of compressed air racing faster than sound, snapping million-year-old trees like matchsticks and tossing dinosaurs into the air like toys. Billions of tons of molten rock, ash, and sulfur were hurled into the sky. It darkened, blotting out the sun. And then the rain began. But it was no ordinary rain. From the blackened sky fell blazing glass spheres, tektites. Each sphere, striking the parched vegetation, set it ablaze. Within minutes, massive fires ignited across the planet. The world was engulfed in fire and darkness. From the ocean, stirred by the impact, rose a mega tsunami, a wall of water hundreds of meters high, surging toward the coasts, sweeping away everything in its path. The sun no longer shone. Day had turned into night. Temperatures began to plummet. The world that had been a tropical paradise that morning had become a scorching, and then freezing, desert blanketed in ash. Treya lay on the ground, fatally burned and wounded. Her calf, which she had tried to protect, lay motionless. The mighty Tyrannosaurus, king of this world, struggled for breath in the sulfur-poisoned air, its fearsome roar reduced to a rasp. The enormous Quetzalcoatlus, rulers of the skies, fell to the ground like burning comets. The age of giants ended in a single day. But deep underground, in their burrows, small fur-covered creatures trembled in fear, huddling together. They did not see the fire and did not feel the shockwave. Their world, too, was destroyed, but they survived. When a new, dim sun rises over the scorched remains of the once magnificent dinosaur world, it will be these creatures who emerge to inherit the ravaged earth. The long night of the dinosaurs became the dawn of the mammals.